It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Browar Mazurski in Poland, and it's a bottle of their pale ale, coming in at 4.5% ABV in a 500ml bottle. I spoke to my good friend Tomek Kapira in Poland. I asked him what ale jasny means, and he said jasny means pale, so pale ale. Thank you, Tomek. There's the bottle cap. Without further ado, let's get this beer out into a glass, see what we get. Oh, I've got some what they call pork puffs to show you as well. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Loads of smoke on that bottle opening. Beer in the glass then. Nice looking beer. Going to be a bit careful. I'll show you what it looks like now. Good carbonation, golden amber coloured beer. You can see the sediment there floating around in the glass. 2 finger, 3 finger white head. Looks really quite nice, but in there, I'm not sure if you can pick that up. Loads of sediment in the bottom of that bottle. I'll show you later on. Let me put it down for a moment. They're called the Curators, and it's their pork puffs. Salt and vinegar. So we'll get into them in a moment. Light and crunchy pork snacks, flash cooked and finished with a classic salt and vinegar seasoning. They were sent to me by pubsupper.co.uk or .com. Pubsupper.com, I think they're called. Check them out. Yeah, so I was going to drink some of the beer, wasn't I, without it being too hazy, full of yeast. Aroma. Pale ale. I would say traditional pale ale. It's quite woody and biscuity, and there's a lot of sweetness in there. Then again, there is some zestiness coming through, some grapefruit, some orange peel, tangerine flavours coming through. It smells okay. Let's dive in. Cheers. Also, I tell you what it got right at the last. It's a little bit of a zestiness from the yeast as well. A little fruitiness from the yeast coming through. Let's dive in. Cheers. It's quite yeasty. It's very earthy. It reminds me of a British kind of best bitter from the 1990s or late 1980s. I think there might be some, just taking a few sips. I want to make sure you can't go throwing your opinions about if you're wrong. I think you should have a few mouthfuls of the beer before absolutely nailing your decision and speaking to the internet about it here on YouTube. It's a little... Unfortunately, I've had some good beers from Mazurski, Browar Mazurski in Poland, but this one's a little... a little bit like rotten vegetables, or... No, I mean, it's not too bad, it's not crazy, but it's a bit green apple, rotting vegetables, rotting cabbage kind of taste in there. And I'll show you what it could be. I seen it and I stopped straight away as soon as I seen what was coming out of the bottle. It might be just the batch. Or not the batch, it might be just my bottle, the fact that there's so much yeast. Have a look at this now. But I'm sure there was lots of floaty things floating around in here. It might change. It might be the fact now that we got all of the sediment in there now. There might be a lot of flavour in that sediment. So things might have changed. As I mentioned, it wasn't an overwhelming kind of... Otherwise, I wouldn't have carried on sipping it. I would have poured it down the sink. It was just a little bit of kind of cabbage water type flavour. Here we go. Oh, it's much better. Much, much, much better. And I do this so many times. You add the sediment, the yeast into the beer, and it makes a massive, massive difference to the beer. It's more fruity, hoppy, juicy, orange peel. It's quite tart. There's a big tartness to the beer. That's not bad. It's not bad. It's a lot better with the yeast and bits and pieces added to the beer. Right. Ooh. Wow, look at these. They're almost kind of like transparent. They're really, you call them puffs, pork puffs. Really light. It's like there's nothing to them. They snap as well. Yeah, look at that. Oh. Loads of salt and vinegar. Oh, but they're quite piggy as well. Oh. Oh. Mmm. Mmm. Oh my god. Oh, they are amazing. It's pork rind, but it's really thin and... Mmm. Oh. They're amazing. They're so different to pork scratchings. They're like just light, crispy, crunchy, crispy things with salt and vinegar on them. Oh, with a big crunch. The Curators pork puffs, they are amazing. It's just pork rind, salt, flavourings, sodium diacetate, sugar, malt vinegar powder, acidity regulator, citric acid, rice flour, yeast extract, flavourings and rapeseed oil. The Curators are a collective of flavour fanatics led by food-loving friends Max and Ed, dedicated to bringing foodie flair to serious snacks. We take our taste inspiration from around the globe to give all our premium British-made snacks a truly mouth-watering twist. Our fabulous pork puffs are made from the finest pork rind, hot flashed for a light but crunchy texture, then finished with a delicious seasoning for the savoury taste sensation. Oh, they're just terrific. Terrific. Mm. Totally. Totally recommend them. They're a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 for the crisps. Pork puffs, not crisps. The beer. I'm really glad I bared with the beer. I'm really glad I got to the stage where I was able to pour the yeast in, and I was quite thorough in the review. I wasn't like writing the beer off straight away. Because it's happened to me before. You can write a beer off, pour the yeast in, sediment, changes the beer completely. It's still not great, and I must admit, it's not the greatest beer in the world. But at least now it's drinkable. Oh, and it goes really well with them pork rinds. It's a nice enough beer for a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer for the Mazurski Ale Pale Ale. Nice enough beer. Thanks for watching. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers.